Hello YouTube. Well, this is the second in my series of videos from our cabin here, and we're going to do some cutting, and then I'll take you on a tour of the cabin itself and show you. I mean, we're roughing it, we really are, but no shortage of wood. But if you look here, let's see if I can shake this out. There has been, and still is, a lot of water. And so even though this wood is covered, the tarps either don't reach the ground or they don't, they're not in very good shape. This tarp's in pretty bad shape. In fact, it's in really bad shape. So there's some more piles. There's a pile over here that you can't see that's totally open, and then a large one back there, but all of them in one way or another have allowed water to come in. So all of this wood's wet, and as I said in the first video, my idea was to use this rascal to cut it, and I'm not going to clean it till I get home. This is the part I hate, trying to hope you guys can see this and hope that it's focusing the way it should. But it's been used all weekend. It's still sharp as it can be. There's no edge damage, nothing, period. If I had paper, we may try that. I may hunt inside later when we go in after we use it this time, see if we've got some paper. In fact, this knife hasn't been sharpened but one time since I got it, and that was just after I got it, just to kind of bring it up to a razor edge. So edge holding, not a problem with this guy. Now I'm going to try to show you up close. And what I've been doing is getting pieces from under here, and you can see they're still wet. But this is either red or white oak. That's my guess. Now, all you people that know a lot about wood, there's not much left of the bark. It's pretty well gone. If it's something else, you know, don't say, "Oh, you dummy," because I don't claim to be a tree expert. I'm not. But this looks exactly like the oak that I've used in furniture, and I just about bet on it. So let's go ahead, and if you will forgive me for 1 second, I'm going to run in and get my baton, which is inside, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, but this being a Nebulize 123 production, you couldn't expect it to go easy, could you? Alright, now splitting this with an axe, I really wish that I had brought an axe to try and split this stuff with. And a hatchet, forget it, ain't happening. I mean, you need, I would say, not even a forest axe. You need a full-size axe or a splitting maul to have a chance with this stuff. And we'll be back to this cabin. We love it. It's one of the best cabins we've ever rented. So we will, next time I'll bring a full-size felling axe. I don't have a splitting maul, but I'll bring a full-size plumb splitting axe, or felling axe, excuse me, and we'll see what we can do. But for now, here's what I've been doing with this all weekend. One of the things I like that you can see right now is with this long blade, I don't have to beat on the handle. I don't have to hit it here and possibly shear pins. I can get way up here on both sides. I do get shocked sometimes if I hit it wrong, but if I hit it square with the this coming right down on top and not like this, I don't really get much vibration with this knife at all. And you can see I've been beating with this same thing all weekend, and I don't know what this wood is, but it's pretty hard too. But it's kind of mushed it in, but it hasn't tore it apart like a real thin bladed knife would, you know, and dug grooves into it. So it's not killing my baton in any way. And I think you can see now, I'd almost bet that's oak. You can get a much better look at it. Something's bored a bunch of little holes in it too, I see. So let's try an even bigger chunk and see how that goes. And on this back side, I'm going straight into a knot. And we're through the knot. You can see how that wood is. That's that dark, that's wet. That wood is probably wetter on the inside than the outside. So by taking it down into smaller pieces, taking it in where it's dry, it'll split much better. And then by the next day, like I would use this for tomorrow morning's fire if I had to use it. It works just great. But I'm not hitting that super hard, and it's not bad at all. Now there happens to be a dead tree over here. And these limbs have fallen. Yeah, there's a tree back there they've fallen from. So let me get you set. And let's just take a quick hit on these. First thing I'm going to do, look around, make sure I have a good place to stand. Get rid of any junk that's in the way. Forester doing what it does best. This is hard stuff. I believe this is the same stuff my baton is made from. So let's go ahead and just try and take this piece here. Yeah, this is red oak also, or something very nearly like it. Now, I'm down to the end of my cut. Notice I'm cutting here. My legs are over here. My legs are not there. When Dave Canterbury and others talk about the triangle of death. Listen to them. Arteries, stuff you don't want cut. Keep it away from something like this. Stay off to the side so that your swing goes there, or your swing goes down. Ideally it would go down. And there we are. That's wet, very hard wood. Not hard chops with this. Probably I'd say about half power is what I was using. So I think that that pretty much is it for that. You kind of get the idea of what it's been doing all weekend. And just quickly, I haven't tried this at all. This is about a 7 or 8 inch. I haven't measured it. Luku. I like Lukus. I like them a lot. But let's try a piece that we've already taken down some, because I just don't think this knife, you might be able to drive it through that, but good grief, it's going to be an awful test. So let's just try it here. This will be a pretty good test anyway. Well, it's zipping right on through that. It doesn't split the wood apart the way the Forester does, but it sure does cleave right on through it. Very nice. I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and try a bigger chunk, just for grin. Get a little overconfidence going here. Ah. Well, I don't think you could ask much more out of that little blade. Boy, that is some seriously hard stuff. But that'll definitely make a feather stick if we needed to. Let's try this. This is one of Kylie's little kitchen knives. Really thin, but I've had such good luck with it. Even though I'll have something more sturdy, I'm going to start using this outdoors a little bit, because this wood is soaking wet, and it should be grabbing this blade and stopping it, and it's just not. You can just go right down it. I like it. And in dry wood, I've used it inside. It works extremely well. One that I did want to try. This is a fighter. This is made by CKC, Kylie Harris. It's designed as a fighter, specifically for a fighter. It's not a outdoor knife. Really thick at the back, and pretty wedge ground for strength. Not worried about breaking it, but looking at it, I think it should split well. And certainly somebody out in the bush that had this, even in a military situation, if they got to build a fire, they're going to be using it. Let's get a little tougher chunk here. Oh yeah. Through a knot. Hang on, let's get let's get a bigger piece here, since that really doesn't seem to be challenging it a whole lot. And let's really try to work this thing down here, and then we'll call it good for this video. That's too, I'm not going to be able to hit that. Let's try it this way, it might work. And there you have it, sports fans. And if you don't think this is tough, look at how this wood's split. If you can see that, that's all steps across there. So it's not a nice clean shear. It's having to really wedge that stuff apart. That's a great knife, and I wouldn't feel bad about having that in the woods at all. I'm going to reassess this knife completely. And I think that will do it for this go around. And we'll be back from the cabin.